morning, everyone, dear participants, partners, friends that have come all over Europe to join us in the Next Generation Internet 2019 edition. Thank you very much for being here with us. First of all, we are very honored to host you in our city, especially to discuss a topic that is so important for us. In recent years, we have all witnessed an impressive number of initiatives towards the next generation of Internet, and in this context, and as an elected official, but also as an engineer with more than 20 years of experience in the telecommunication industry, the main question that pops up in my mind is what could be the role of a city, if there is any, in the context of the development of the next generation Internet. And believe me, it's not an easy task to come up with an answer to this question. As you can imagine, if the World Wide Web, what most of the citizens know as the Internet, and then if that Internet, as Tim Berners-Lee designed in an office at CERN Research Institute, took more than 20 years to become the mainstream, it's not an easy task to discuss with the majority of our citizens why we should invest in such a continuous effort to improve it and to develop innovative services. Having you all here is a unique opportunity to discuss the future of digital platforms, to discuss the main challenges that Internet face globally, but most important, to discuss the novel solutions and innovative products with a strong impact in our cities' daily life. I'm not sure if you are aware, but Porto is a European mid-size city, as most of the European cities, with almost 250,000 inhabitants and the center of a large metropolitan area with 1.8 million inhabitants. Porto, and also the north of Portugal, embraces its role as an important motor to the Portuguese economy. We are one of the major contributor to exports and a place where new and innovative businesses are being created every day and responding to the demands, let's say, that of a constantly changing global economy. Porto also presents very interesting indicators for quality of life, resulting, I believe, for its uncommon safety levels, its human and welcoming characteristics, and something that is coming for us from the past, its multicultural and entrepreneurial character. All this is now quite also evident because of the tourism and through the relevant number of awards they've been receiving, for example, several times being European Best Destination. But also Porto is a city with a lot of history, more than 2,000 years of history, recognized also as UNESCO World Heritage. And for more than 2,000 years, we have been developing a unique capacity of being also a resilient city, always able to find innovative solutions to the most demanding challenges. And this capacity to address the challenges in different and innovative ways is for sure also one of the keys of success. And in Porto, we have seen it in history, and we want to develop as a source, or continue to develop as a source of knowledge and solutions for cities, not only to, of course, to implement in our region or country, but also in a global scale. Porto is an innovative city, but above all, we also know that cultural capacity of a city is also a differentiated attribute and is also very essential to the quality of life of cities. And it's a way, of course, also projecting Porto in the world. And then that matter, Porto as a liberal and commercial city bears culture in its genes. The promotion of cities is based on their capacity to support and promote their human capital. And for that matter, we have been, the strong connections that we have with the academic world is also very, very important. The dynamics of the university are the mirror of the city, its life and its economy. And furthermore, the dynamics of the university gives us a perspective also of the future. A future for everyone that lives here, but the ones that were born, of course, but also the ones that grown here, that studied here, and now lived all over the world. I'm not sure if you are aware, but Porto and its metropolitan area, we have more than 3 universities and more than 70,000 students in these universities. And of course, this gives us a lot of capacity for innovation and creation of top science, combined also with the characteristics mentioned above, has given rise also to a very set of interesting projects in the city. And talking about cities, and especially innovative cities, without mentioning their infrastructures is like building a sandcastle. And we have been working on that field for a long time. And here, if you allow me, Porto, it's where we can play an important role by sharing the work that we have done in building our network, our ICT infrastructure, and we have been investing in a steady way in the last years. In 2010, the municipality of Porto launched a consolidation plan aiming at fostering the investment done in the development of the optical fiber network, a data center infrastructure, and also a public Wi-Fi network. In 2014, the municipality proposed a broader and more ambitious strategy, which aimed at fostering the development of Porto as a knowledge-based city and which innovation has its central role. Our Wi-Fi network, which we are now planning to expand, has supported more than 1 million different devices only last year. And our fiber optical network, with more than 4,000 kilometers, will be the key of the future strategy to support the digital transformation of the city. Nowadays, the result of that work is being further developed and maintained by Porto Digital Association, which is a non-profit association that is managed in a partnership between universities or the University of Porto and a company that is managing our metro infrastructure. Porto Digital plays an important role not only as the technology provider of supported service for the infrastructure, but for most important, Porto Digital works as a full-stack innovation catalyst, linking the connectivity provided by the fiber optical network and the Wi-Fi and also the IoT wireless infrastructure with an open urban platform where all the data is stored, managed, and processed, where value is extracted from the raw data, and finally, as a top layer, we are providing also a co-creation and service design set of tools. This top layer is not neglectable. It's how we link technology with the citizens and the public policies, and for that, it's very, very important when you are managing a city. In the expected upcoming of the future hyper-connected cities with multi-providers and operators, a neutral infrastructure, such the one provided by the City of Porto and Porto Digital, will also be the key for the quick or the rapid development of the novel connectivity solutions. Porto Digital works nowadays as a neutral operator, deploying a backhaul for multiple providers and operators, creating in this way a perfect ecosystem for agile, innovative service deployments. We have an ambitious plan for our network, our fiber optical network, which we hope will double in size, connecting, for example, all our traffic light infrastructure that is currently undergoing a process of total change in the whole city. The main strategic priority is to consolidate a database decision framework and, in the end, to be able to create new policies and define better services with impact on our citizens' daily life. As an example, it is essential to continue to develop monitoring infrastructures, as the one, for example, that we have on the environment, on the air quality, not only to provide the data sources, but also to help develop the innovative solutions that we are expecting with the strong impact on solving air quality problems, for example, coming from traffic congestions. If in the last years it was almost a matter of number of devices connected to the internet that would raise our eyebrows, that would open every text or lecture about the future of internet, nowadays we should also talk about the device's cognitive capacity, which we all know it's increasing very fast, and therefore our capacity to manage it in an intelligent way should also be one of our priorities. It is fundamental to find efficient ways to merge the cloud with the network, pushing capacities to the edge and creating new and efficient ways to balance it. In this very intense day of your event, you have proposed an ambitious agenda where you will discuss topics that will be key in the development of the new internet, where we have trustful content, where we have trustful and exchangeable content in a decentralized way. We'll also discuss how the Internet of Moving Things, which is something that's very keen to us, as you know, with some projects that we have in the city, and how this Internet of Moving Things will push a new limit in the security and the efficiency of the networks. But please, I hope you bear in mind one simple thing that in the end, as I imagine Tim Berners-Lee have never imagined, this new internet should also be the key of the development of our future societies. This is something very, very important for us. And it's precisely where I believe cities and organizations such as Porto Digital can play an important role. Of course, we are very open to work with you. We are also putting in contact our large companies, our startups, and of course, our citizens. We are all very interested in testing and validating all the new and innovative technologies and explore the impact that they have on creating a sustainable and more secure and inclusive society. To embrace the future, we must also be able to recognize the relevance of a network that enhances and completes the diversity of several partners, public and private, and creating a distinctive ecosystem. And cities here can have a unique role facilitating companies' growth and creating a thriving, innovative ecosystem. Nowadays, real competition no longer takes place between countries, but also, as I believe, between cities and their cooperation networks. So once again, for us, it's very important to have you all here. It's important to strengthen our position as an innovative city, but above all, these networks and partnerships are important to help us strengthen the bonds of our city and such a strong community as the NGI is building. Thank you very much. Thank you for the European Commission and the Next Generation team for believing that we could do this together. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.